my name's Joanne Smathers.
This is Sarah Coggins.
And we're here with Allison Bowers, who is a grad student at George Mason University studying global affairs, and she's also the former student body president.
Okay, Allie, during your time at Mason, what activities were you involved in?
So coming off of student body president, I was involved with student government for the past 4 years and held various positions within the organization. I was also involved with Mason Ambassadors on campus, which for those of you who may not be familiar, is basically an organization that provides campus tours and also does philanthropic events for the Mason community and also for the Fairfax community as well. And then the final thing I was involved in was Alpha Zeta Delta sorority, which I was involved with. One of the first things I joined as a freshman and then continued on to my senior year and beyond I'm still involved with.
Great. That's awesome. Do you think that your college experience would have been the same or different if you weren't as involved on campus?
Oh, absolutely different. I don't even have to think about the answer to that question, but kind of to elaborate on my instinctive, definitely not the same. I absolutely think that, you know, a lot of the opportunities that I had while I was here were so incredible, and the friendships and the relationships that I built while I was here are just ones that were truly irreplaceable, and I still have today. And really being involved at Mason helps me to understand the university, helped me to know where things are located, kind of just the simple logistics of campus, because for some people it can be a little daunting, but it really made the transition easier, because I'm an out-of-state student. I'm from New Jersey, so this was a new area for me, a new experience for me, and I really think that being involved really made all the difference and helped me to build a home away from home from Mason, or from New Jersey.
Right.
So you'd definitely say that that was kind of like a building block for you, like becoming involved, like that just helped you get familiar with George Mason?
Absolutely, and really love the university and get to know, you know, what type of opportunities are available to you, get to know what type of staff and administration are here to help you. A lot of people kind of think there's that distinctive divide between the president of the university and between you being a student, but as we're seeing a lot, especially with President Cabrera, there really is no huge divider that should be in between you, and being a student leader on campus really kind of shows you that guidance to really how it is, so absolutely.
Okay. What is your advice to students here at Mason who want to get involved?
Well, there's a lot of ways to get involved. So I came back to campus as a graduate student, like Joanne said. I'm finishing my master's. Hopefully I'll graduate in May. But in addition to that, I'm also a graduate assistant at the Office of Student Involvement. I still work with student government because, you know, that office did so much for me as an undergrad. I really want to contribute back, and just alone in that office, which is located in the hub in the middle floor right next to Original Burger. It's kind of the good landmark that people refer to. There's so many diverse set of opportunities. There's everything from program board, which does Mason Day. They bring comedians on the campus and do other incredible events, even concerts. There's recognized student organizations, which are now they have a new name, but either way, RSOs, they represent over 300 organizations on campus. So anything that you're interested in, you can find an organization. Therefore, there's everything from college Republicans and college Democrats, all the way to skiing club. I mean, anything that you can think of, literally there's an organization for. Yeah, and if you can't find something that fits your fancy, then it's really easy to start your own club. It takes only a few minutes and a form and a few people to join on, so if you can't find something there, there's also Fraternity and Sorority Life, which is an incredible community that I've really, you know, appreciated so much throughout my years and built so many great connections that have actually helped me working where I do now with the Department of State and other things of that nature. But literally, I could go on and on and on. Weekends at Mason, you know, just come visit the office for yourself.
Yeah. And fraternity and sorority life has become so evolved over even the last couple of years.
Oh, absolutely. And we're still growing, and we're looking to add another sorority, a Panhellenic sorority on our campus. And I know all 4 councils are incredible to work with, so there was really a diverse set of opportunities there.
Yeah,
So I could talk about it forever, but.
So would you say there's like no excuse for students who are like, oh my gosh, there's nothing to do at Mason?
Oh, I hate that complaint. I mean, when I used to give tours to prospective students, people hear that stigma that Mason is a commuter campus, but that's, I mean, first of all, that's outdated. But second of all, if you take, the opportunity to just kind of walk into the office and ask some questions, you'll probably walk out with an organization that you can join. So I would absolutely agree. There really is no excuse to have.
And I know I hear that all the time too, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like,
it's not an excuse. So
I'm a commuter myself, but I mean, even just walking through the campus, you see so many like just clubs that are advertising and trying to get people involved.
Oh yeah,
it does not feel like a commuter's campus at all.
Yeah, it's good to hear.
And I know we kind of touched on this a little bit before, but what opportunities specifically have you gained through the organizations that you've been a part of here at Mason?
Yeah, so it's always funny when people ask me this question. I try and prioritize, what are the big namers, the ones that people will really remember. I definitely think one of the greatest experiences I had was being the student representative on the presidential search committee last year, helping to find President Angel Cabrera to take President Merton's place. Just the people I met through that opportunities and the things I learned about Mason were irreplaceable. I had the opportunity to meet Vice President Biden last year, and I actually got to go to his house for a Violence Against Women Act that he passed about 18 years ago, I believe now, it was just such a well-spirited event. And then all the way to just kind of working in Washington D.C., learning, networking my way through finding myself a professional career that fit for me, and that wasn't necessarily through being student body president I got that opportunity. It's more as, throughout my progression as a student leader, I learned, how career services worked, how Hire Mason worked, things like that. So definitely helped me to get connected.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the time that we have here today. Thank you so much for joining us, Allie.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.